Film&Everything Podcast.
Thing I actually wanted to get into today was that we covered the Deadpool story about Disney, that the creator of Deadpool sounded pretty upset with Disney. The creator Rob Liefeld, is that how you say his name? Rob, I'll tell you right now. Rob Liefeld, and he was talking about Marvel and how basically, essentially, there's no plans in their slate of Marvel films for a Deadpool 3.
Yeah, but I read up also that he's not even a part of it.
Yeah.
No, but people were saying, why is he saying that he's not even a part? He wasn't even part of Deadpool 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know why is he saying. I think people were saying he's just saying that for attention.
For attention?
Yeah, because he wasn't. Because Ryan Reynolds just said that he just had a meeting with Marvel.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds has had a few meetings with.
And also he's not in those meetings, so he doesn't know. So that's why I read up.
Yeah, I don't know because.
So I don't know. There's something weird there.
Yeah, I'm sure he has an idea of what's going on. He's the creator of Deadpool. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's a conversation there. He wouldn't just say this for no reason. I don't think so. And then I have his quote here when they asked him about the possible Deadpool or X-Force movie, because that's where Deadpool 2 leaves us off in. He said, I don't know. Here's what people don't want to hear. But thank God I'm a realist. I feel like Deadpool, the movies have set sail. He later criticizes Marvel's plans for upcoming films. It's the first time I go, hey, Feige, did you even have a plan? Your plan was Eternals and Shang-Chi. That was your plan? Like, he's kind of like... I guess he doesn't like where Marvel's slates, You see, and then he keeps going here. I blame Marvel that hasn't happened yet. They are the reason it isn't happening. Whatever conundrum or it didn't fit in your master plan, just commission it. Okay. If Ryan hasn't made Deadpool 3 by now, that's because Marvel hasn't allowed it to be. And there is nothing Deadpool related to Marvel's Phase 4 plans.
If there was still a Fox, it probably would be coming out next year.
I think that's what he's trying to say. That with Fox, that was their priority. Because obviously Deadpool movies are a hit. They
would have finished. Like Part 3 will probably be out by next year.
They would probably, with everything with the pandemic going on, I'm sure they would have had to stop filming. But I think by now they would have been either done filming or in the process. But right now I don't even think there's a release date.
Because now they're trying to. I think Disney's trying to figure out a way to make them PG, to put them in the Avengers.
They said that they weren't. Which, by the way, guys, if you want to read the full article, you can on our website. It's out. We have an article on it if you want to read more on that, because it's interesting. I don't think he would just make that up. I think that's actual frustration in the fact of the Deadpool movies are a hit. We had I think the first one was 2015 or 16, and then the second one came out like 2 years after. So they were like at a good pace. It was Fox.
Disney owns them. So.
Now with Disney, they, from what they said before already, they did say that it's gonna stay rated R, which I think is the smartest thing to do. Why would you fix what's not broken? I
don't trust them.
But that's the thing. What if they're just saying that?
Did you see Blade?
Will come out first than Blade? I would hope, because it's already been some time since the second Deadpool.
They haven't announced anything on Deadpool. And their Blade, there was a picture of this guy in the costume already.
Yeah.
But obviously they didn't show the costume. They just showed him with the haircut and the glasses with the sword.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I think Blade is coming out first.
And I think that's what Liefeld is saying. It's just, he's like, if nothing has happened by now, then they probably, because the thing is, Deadpool 2, where it left off, it was setting up an X-Force movie. It was setting up a lot of things there.
I mean, Ryan Reynolds probably already has a script done.
Oh, I'm sure they have a story. So that's the thing. That's what's concerning here is Disney knows. They know that Deadpool is obviously a big franchise right now. The first two movies are huge hits. The second one was actually really good and made a lot of money. And Josh Brolin and the whole Cable. So they set up a lot.
I think it's because of Josh Brolin.
I
think it's gonna affect something with Josh Brolin being in that movie.
I don't know if it's that or if it's just that the idea of Deadpool being rated R
It scares Disney.
And Deadpool is like it's brutal. Like, I mean,
his jokes are dirty.
he breaks the fourth wall. It's
everything Disney's against.
Yeah, it's a raunchy movie. So it's like, how do you? They're probably scared of that. How do we?
Especially how Ryan Reynolds is. Like, he likes.
No, he said like he will not like.
He's
not gonna back down.
If Ryan Reynolds feels like he can't make the movie, like he won't he won't. Like, I think he'll sit down as a character. Like,
yeah,
they won't do the character no more.
Exactly, and Disney knows if that happens, that's it.
But I feel like they're just scared.
Yeah, I feel like Disney right now, they're just like, okay, we'll deal with Deadpool later on, because again, like what this guy was saying, it's not part of their bigger plans.
Because I think they're trying to figure out, okay, what can we do with Deadpool where we keep it rated R, but we have to clean it up a little bit?
If I was them, it's a tricky spot because you could make him part of the MCU, because he is part of the MCU, but
no, he can't be part of the Avengers.
Like, you could do that, but then you would have to tone him down. So it's either they do that or they just keep him in his own universe, own thing. But it's a tough spot.
Because in Deadpool 2, he makes fun of the girl with the short hair. Like, he makes fun of everything. Like,
and the thing is, he makes fun of what Disney's trying to do. So
yeah,
and Disney's in a tough spot because they can either have Deadpool be in his own universe, how it is now with Fox,
which they should.
But then fans are still gonna be like, oh, how cool would it be him and Spider-Man together? Yes, that would be cool, but
it won't work.
It would be hard. Now, if you do let's say they do decide to do that and please fans to do that, then you have to tone him down. So it's like a lose-lose type of thing.
Yeah, and then his combat will be super boring.
Yeah, they would have to tone it down.
Because it would just be like just a bunch of jump cuts. Which is a lot of cutting.
They would have to tone it down, and it would change the dynamic of what makes Deadpool awesome. Josh Brolin, I don't think that's a big deal because at the end of the day, he played Thanos, and it's mostly just his voice.
I don't know how that works.
It's mostly just his voice. You never actually see Josh Brolin, even though he looks like you can tell it's Josh Brolin. But they can get away with that. But I think their main worry is fans don't want us to tone it down, but they also want him in the MCU. But we can't make him rated R in the MCU. You can't have Deadpool, Spider-Man.
I think have him at his own universe. Don't bring him into what they're doing now.
Yeah, I think what they're trying. Well, this is what I think, but again, like from what he's saying, it's true. They haven't announced anything on Deadpool, and it's been some time already. All they said was he's gonna stay. One, right? Yeah, all they said was he's gonna stay rated R.
2018, so that means the new one was supposed to be coming out by now. The new one was supposed to be coming out. Yeah.
So the situation they're in, because it's either keep him rated R in his own world or tone him down and bring him into the MCU. So, and if they tone him down and bring him into the MCU, then it's not going to be the same. And from what we had read earlier on, when they first purchased Fox, they were saying that, this is what I was going to say, I remember now. They were going to keep him rated R in his own movies and then have him jump in the MCU, but like PG-13 him in the MCU movies. So have him kind of toned for the MCU universe, and then when he's in his own movies, it's rated R. And I can see that working because he can even just break the fourth wall and acknowledge that or something. So that would be interesting to see. He can jump in, make fun of everybody for a bit, help them save the world, and then kind of just go back to his thing. And then that would be cool. I wouldn't mind seeing that because then we can see his rated R movies, and then he's also in the MCU. I think if they were to do that, that would be a the smart move to do because it does help promote their MCU movies. But from what Rob Liefeld is saying. And I don't think he's just making that up. I'm sure he talks to Ryan Reynolds or something, and they must communicate. He's a creator of the character, and he's probably wondering, hey, when is the next movie coming out? And I believe him. I probably do think that Disney right now is just kind of setting that to the side because they're probably more focused on the X-Men characters, Wolverine, who's going to be Wolverine in the near future, because that's still going to be a couple of years from now. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. I love Deadpool. He's actually really refreshing. His movies they're fun, they're gory. It's a different take on these superhero movies. I hope maybe after this whole pandemic thing, they'll have an announcement and be like, okay, Deadpool's ready to go, but we haven't heard anything. Not even from Ryan Reynolds, nobody. We only saw that one thing of him going to meet with Disney, and that was it.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Film and Everything Podcast.